Imagine not being Leeds, not feeling this pain, not dancing through thunder, not walking through rain. Imagine not rising with fists in the air when the world turned its back and no one would care. We've lived in the ashes, we've drowned in defeat, but still we stand proud on our battered old feet. Imagine not loving with all that you are. Imagine not being Leeds.
We love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds.
How y'all doing? We do love you, Leeds. Sorry I'm late. I haven't been well these last 2 days. I've been very, very sick, actually. Oh, but yeah, I wanted to jump on tonight and do something before I hit the bedroom. But yeah, it's I wanted to start with this. I wanted to bring this up straight off the bat. I wanted to get everybody's opinion on this potential shirt. I want to know if you think it's right, wrong, if you like it, if you don't. I know it's rumours at the minute, but I would love to get people's opinions on whether you like it or not. I'm torn, really torn. It's very unusual. I sort of looked at it before and I thought the whole one sec. The fact that it's the tunnel outside Ellen Road, the Lowfields tunnel, I think that sort of makes me feel a little bit better. Yeah, I'm still not sure. Yeah, I know it could be, mate. It could be. It could well be a fake one, mate, but it's not out of the realms of possibility that this could be our actual shirt, mate. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. We see these every season, don't we? Concept shirts come out. Loads of ones that are leaked. I've seen plenty that are leaked, Danny, that over the years that I haven't liked, but they've actually been, in fact, correct, and we've actually been our shirt. So I just thought it'd be interesting to get your opinion, whether you like it, because surely this is a 50-50 split, maybe even more than that in terms of people who dislike it. People I've sort of spoke to, it is 50-50. But yeah, for me, I aren't sure. Justin, hey up, mate. Yeah, no worries, pal. Thanks for dropping in, mate. Yeah, well, hey, buddy. Honestly, I've been so poorly. Smash a like. Hey up, Brookie. Evening, Oliver. The pixel are awful. If it's out, then they might Pharrell design. Not for me too. Yeah, that's it, Mr. Whitesnake, isn't it? Very busy. It's a very busy shirt. Like I say, it could well be a fake one, couldn't it? The whole Minecraft vibe is what I sort of felt they were going with. But hey up, Maya. I'm not too keen, but I'll probably still buy it. Yeah, maybe, mate. With me, I probably won't buy it because I don't buy many home shirts. I'm more of an away shirt or third shirt. I say the unusual ones. The home kit's usually fairly straightforward, but this potentially, sort of throws it out the water, doesn't it? But we'll have to see. Hey up, Andy. Tickle those likes on my hey up, top banana. Thanks, mate. Presford, yeah. Boss Nasty has TV's little one's gone to hospital today, so I hope he's all right, buddy. Let us know on WhatsApp. As you know more, I'm sure he'll be fine, buddy. Yeah, Minecraft shirt, 100%. I believe the third kit has some Lowfields tunnel hints in it. This definitely isn't outfit. That's the thing, isn't it, Lord? It's hard to believe that being our home shirt. Like 100%, it's hard to believe that'll be our home shirt. But there's let me just get this up. Bloody ads. So yeah, I've seen this on Footy Headlines. So again, just doing a bit of digging. Obviously here, we've seen square ball of these sort of designs before. Footy Headlines can exclusively leak that the Leeds United 25-26 home uniform will require a unique design element, likely inspired by the Lowfields Tunnel at Ellen Road. It's been better that will be worn in the 25-26 Premier League if Leeds are promoted. So when you look at that there, I mean, I love that square ball. I probably will actually buy that square ball t-shirt, to be fair. I actually really like it, but the thought of that actually being our home shirt is I'm not sure of the home kit, but I do quite like how, we're taking inspiration from bits around Leeds that mean something to the city. And, you know, that tunnel, it's part of your match day experience, walking to the game. It is, you walk through there, and Priestley always buys a programme from Square Ball lot just at the end of that tunnel. And, you know, I do like the idea, but I don't think it suits us for our home kit, if I'm honest. So I hope it's wrong, which I would think it would be for our home kit. But like Lord says, maybe third choice kit. That's sort of where we go a little bit out there with our kits. But I think for the home kit, it's a bit too risky. But like I say, a lot of people would still buy it. I wouldn't buy it, but I don't buy the home shirt many times anyway. Yeah, I wouldn't mind the tunnel design on an away shirt. Yeah, but I'd rather the home shirt be plain white. We don't have so much at home shirt, do we? We really don't. You don't have to tweak it much for me. Our home shirt needs to be distinct and make a point. Mr. White Snake Steve. I still didn't see my last comment. John Pepper, it's different, but hope it away kit, but still looks okay. Yeah, like I say, I think my young'un has seen that Theo, and he'd love that shirt, but obviously I've had to temper expectations, say it might not even be shirt, and I hope it isn't. But my little lad would love that, being a Minecraft fan. Yeah, Daniel put some links in chat as usual. Please check them out. Would be great if you don't mind. So yeah, I thought I'd jump on and have a chat about some of these links. I know everybody else has sort of done it as well, but I feel like I know the window's just closed, and I know we've got to wait a bit now, but I do feel like the links are getting a bit more credible. It's getting a little bit more exciting. Obviously, I did a video yesterday on the Xhaka Bijol and the Habib Diarra, who we've just seen score against England. So that will be interesting to see if that sort of puts any more poundage on his fee. But we have just had an article by Baron Cross, so I ain't going to bring the whole article up. But Leeds United remain optimistic on completing a deal for Udinese defender Xhaka Bijol, with talks focused on a deal valued around 15 to 18 million euros, so 12.7 to 15.2 million. That'd be a snip, I think, for a player of his calibre. There is less confidence at Ellen Road on signing Strasbourg midfielder Habib Diarra, despite lodging a 26 million euro, 22 million pound bid, which is just annoying. We've just seen him score against England. They battered England 3-1, actually, didn't they? Just scored against England, and then we find out moments later that, it's probably not going to happen. Meanwhile, Newcastle's Sean Longstaff has emerged as another transfer target for Leeds. Last season, Newcastle triggered a one-year extension on the 27-year-old contract to ensure he is secure until June 2026. So that is one what's been sort of mentioned on the mill. Is a Sean Longstaff stuff for a while, to be fair, but not really from any credible sources. But obviously, with that coming from Berren tonight, moments ago, really, that sort of throws that into quite a likely transfer to happen for Leeds United. So I've spoke about Longstaff on here numerous times. Some fans want him, some fans don't. He's not an exciting sort of player, but it'd be an upgrade, I think, on. Potentially on a Gruev. I think it'd be, if he were going to come in as third choice, would he start over Ampadu? Is he that other centre midfielder we need? I think we need a profile a little bit similar to Rothwell. Does Longstaff gear that? I'm not too sure, but I do like Longstaff. I think he's great. It's just the club's outgrown him now at Newcastle, and he's probably looking for that next side in the Premier League still, who probably aren't a European side. He's probably not at that level, but he's definitely at our level, I would say, as a newly promoted side, and I think he'd be a great signing for us. And there's no small about fight. He's been linked for a while now as Sean Longstaff, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's one we could get sort of done with a fee, and that I would imagine it wouldn't be too much. Not a fan of the Leeds home kits, as I am with you. Yeah, I'm saying, mate, I'm not too fussed about the home kit. Rumours of Habib Diarra being at Thorpe Park. Really? I doubt that. He'll have been focused on Senegal, won't he? Bijol looks like a Cresswell type of player. No nonsense. Yeah, come back, Southgate. Yeah, they were good with Senegal, weren't they? They were good. Yeah, I agree, Top Banana. I didn't ever feel confident we were going to get anyone. It's been nice for the links to get a little bit stronger. I would say that England are terrible leaving Ireland due to Senegal. Business will still be going on behind the scenes. Yeah, 100%. 100%. That's why I got a little bit excited when the Diarra one sort of came out of nowhere, thinking, could we get it done maybe today or yesterday before it closed? But Yeah, there's going to be some deals, isn't there, Steve, where we don't hear anything about them. And first thing we hear is that they're having a medical and it gets tied up within that 24-hour period, which I fully expect quite a few deals to get done like that. I've sort of said to myself, we won't get many deals done who we've been heavily linked with. But these links again today, the Sargent ones come back up, obviously. The Longstaff ones come back up. These we've been heavily linked for a while, and maybe we'll get a few of them over the line. Maybe we will. Bijol the most advanced. Brookie says Bijol looks solid but slow. Hope he not a Diego Llorente type. Longstaff, yuck. Not a fan, Gavin. Not a fan. Do England still have a team? I ditched international stuff years ago just after South Park got the job. South Park. Oh, God. Smash a like and subscribe. Yeah, if you don't mind, please like, please subscribe. Cheers, Donny. Let's talk Leeds. First time getting you. I like and subscribe. Diarra couldn't have made that with the time, to be honest. Needed to be at the... Yeah, 100%. I don't see that happening. To be fair, though, I thought it was quiet at times today, but I actually thought he played really well in there as well. I thought he's playing against an England side, top players, obviously. He gets a goal, the win 3-1. He don't look a bad player, does he? I mean, the way he timed his run there, getting behind... I weren't 100% sure what sort of midfielder he was. After seeing him today, he's definitely a box-to-box 8. He's going to get you goals. He can run in behind. He's neat and tidy with ball. He looks a really, really good player. Good engine on him. I mean, I don't know why Berran's come out there and says he's probably the one we don't get. Is that due to the fee? Is that due to him just not wanting to play for Leeds? Have they heard something there? I'm not too sure. Or is it just the people we're up against for his signature? Window open, yeah, it does it, Mike, in 6 days, yeah. I'm hoping in these next 6 days we get some of these deals that are sort of rumoured, something like, and then when it reopens, we can get moving. Then I never expected us to do much in those opening 6 days. I didn't. Leeds are limited with what they can do with a white kit. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, you know what they need to do, Andy, with home kit. Just don't overthink it. You know, with Leeds fans, we like what we like. You know, white at home is fine. The second kit, we quite like being yellow. Let's be fair, we like that last season. And the third kit, you can sort of do what you want here. We've seen all sorts, haven't we? Bloody fruit salad colour of the year, wasn't it? So we've seen all sorts with third kit. The home kit, I think the fans won't be happy if that's a kit, but they'll still sell. There was a few on Just Joe's watch along tonight saying they've seen diarrhea at Thorpe Park today. Deals could have been done on the 1st of July now. Yeah, let's hope so. Can't agree with players, but can't join until the 1st of July. Yeah. Jamie, lay up. Jamie, hope you're well, mate. The kit with the Tetris blocks looks terrible. Hope it's nothing like that. Yeah, me too, mate. Me too. I honestly, in my opinion, I actually think it's going to be that. You know, I think it's going to be that. I've seen it every year. Kits get leaked all the time, and you think, yeah, I'm not too sure on that. And a lot of the time, it is the right one. I've got a feeling that's actually going to be a kit. I've got things to take care of. Much love to you all. Cheers, Stevie. Take care, buddy. Tickle those likes for our Matty. Cheers, Top Banana. Yeah, please stick a like on. Yeah, to be fair, I thought he did, mate. Like I say, he didn't set the world alight, but then he pops up with a goal. But he looked very tidy. And like I say, we're dealing with players, big caliber players, and you know, one of the world's best. And he Declan Rice in that role. I thought he did really well. Just a little longer to wait, then it will be exciting. Thanks for the stream, mate. Cheers, Jamie. You're welcome, mate. Diarra box to box, new decor. Yeah, love decor, mate. If you don't like him, we're laughing, aren't we? Bijol looks like a monster from what I've seen. He's also good with set pieces, the Terminator. Yeah, that's what we need. We need someone tall and physical in there. I mean, Joe Rhodes only got one for Wales, didn't he? We need to see him signing that for Leeds United. But I think imagine Bijol outside the road, and it'd be class. Yeah, that's the problem, Jamie, innit? The sort of sides we'll be competing with for his signature, but it's going to be annoying after getting all excited. I mean, I think more Leeds fans today were watching England game to watch Diarra than they were England, which is mental, really. But yeah, England friendlies, I don't watch them. I watch majority of that tonight just to see how Diarra was. It'll be annoying now if we don't get him over the line, but there's plenty of players out there. I mean, what I like about him is the fact that he plays for Strasbourg, he's young, and the fact that he's world captain's armband for him as well, you know, for a senior side. So I do... That's some caliber, that to be that young and be given captain armband again. You know, when you're playing with your peers, a lot of them will be more experienced, a lot older. I absolutely love that. I love that about him, and we need more leaders in our side. Can never have enough leaders for me, and he looks brilliant. Bash Bates, a private jet apparently from Leeds to Nottingham around 5 p.m. I know what you meant, mate, but I had to read it out. It's okay, Bijol good at set pieces. We never miss the first man. If that ends up being the kit, it won't be a big seller. One of the worst kits I've seen. Yeah, it's going to split opinion. I think kids will love it. They'll have to hope they get the nil away kit again, then won't they, Jamie, to sort of complement it. Maybe it's being leaked to see the fan reaction. Remember the whole badge a few years ago, the Gaviscon badge. I wonder if it's something like that. We'll leak it and we'll see what comes. But yeah, I don't think you'll see many blokes wearing it. I won't lie. But like I say, I am massively concerned because I probably won't buy it anyway. Bijou looks like a solid player. Have you seen his long passing? It looks fantastic. Regards to pace, he can't run through a wall. Yeah, I mean, his pace looks a little bit of a problem, but when you play next to Joe Rodon, he'd make good old Linford Christie look slow, wasn't he, a fair few years ago. So I think his recovery pace, let's be fair, at one point, Rodon were playing alongside Cooper, who also didn't have pace. I think if you've got one who can sort of take that, take that mantle on, and he'll drop a little bit and he'll allow for, when he played with Cooper, he were allowing for an odd mistake, one and he was really good at covering. So I think the fact that you've got Rodon next year sort of allows us, if Bijol's good in every other area, and he lacks a bit of pace, it is what it is. I don't expect centre halves to be rapid anyway. We're just quite lucky we've got Rodon who is every bit that, Kit looks good for kids, but a bit bright. For anyone else, is that really new? No, Jamie, it's not definitely the new one. It's just been heavily leaked. And the place I've seen it leaked to the same places I've seen the last couple of seasons. One's leaked and they're normally about right, but this could be way off. I just thought it'd be an interesting topic to bring up today. But it is just speculative. And I do hope it's not, but I've just got a feeling it might be, but I could be way off with that. Click the like, subscribe to our Mike. Cheers, Mike. Yeah, please do, man. Please do. I wouldn't mind having another black kit as our third choice. Yeah, I love the black one under under Thomas Christiansen. The black and silver. I love that one, mate. Yeah, could well be a leak to see reaction, as you would say. Yeah, let's hope it is, Jamie. Let's hope it is. And we know the 49ers have identified 4 positions, but will 4 new recruits be enough? No, I think 4 key positions or 4 expensive signings potentially. I've heard rumours that we've got £30 million per main position. I don't know if that's true. I don't see how you can really put a tag on that unless that's what they're willing to go up to. But there's going to be a lot more than 4 signings, pal. I'm expecting 7, 6, 7, 8, in between 6 and 8. So we'll go 7 because that is in between 6 and 8. I've heard somebody made that shirt up on FIFA. Maybe, mate, maybe. But text them doing. Nice and slim, and yeah, to be fair, I wear black all the time for that reason. But yeah, Josh Sargent links. What are you all thinking on the Josh Sargent links? Yet again, it pops up. It's a madness. Josh Sargent. If we sign Josh Sargent, I seen KG, who's a YouTuber that I like watching. No nonsense, KG. He had a thumbnail earlier, and it said it's something to do with, if Leeds met these sort of signings, we're getting relegated, and it were brutal. But Sargent, what are we thinking if we link with him? What are we actually thinking? Let's have a look at this in a minute. I just want to bring that article up. That's the one there. So you'll have probably seen this earlier on other people's, but yeah, Yorkshire Evening Post earlier today. Leeds United make contact over 15-goal championship forward, a 70 million summer deal mooted. Leeds United have reportedly made contact with Norwich regarding the possibility of a move for Josh Sargent. He doesn't want to be at Norwich anymore. They're going nowhere. They've been going nowhere for a few years. I definitely think he'll want to move. Daniel Farker, Leeds United, lazy link and all that, yeah, maybe before. But the fact that it's been reported in the Evening Post have mentioned it, that we've made contact. So no official bid, I don't think, but we've made contact. He was at Norwich. He was at the Norwich helm and added Sargent to the front line after the Canary Seal promotion to the Premier League. Sargent has developed into one of the Championship's most revered marksmen and weighed with 15 goals last season. 15 goals, 5 assists, so good numbers last season. He has previously been linked with a move to Leeds, and reports of interest from Ellen Road have resurfaced again and again. They always do. According to a reporter, Sasha Tavilleri, who's a really good source, to be fair, Leeds have been in touch with Norwich and held discussions with the players' representatives. Sargent is said to be interested in a move to the top flight, with Leeds now able to offer Premier League football. He's believed he would cost up to 20 million euros, so about 16.9 million quid. The same report has been claimed Leeds have set their sights on Everton frontman Beto. Yeah, so we know we've been linked with Beto. We know we're wanting that physical 9. Sargent, for me, it's just nah. Honestly, I'd be shocked, me looking at your comments, if anybody here wants Josh Sargent. I will be gobsmacked. Let's see what you guys are saying. Yeah, 7 to 8. Big note of Sargent. Hey up, Robbo. Sargent be Bamford's mate on treatment table. Yeah, don't want Sargent. We need better. Cage's bang on, Jamie is, mate. Sargent was always an option if we never went up. Yeah, that's how I see it. You know what it is, right? And I'm a big Pido fan. I like Pido. But could you imagine if we hadn't gone up? Heaven forbid. Could you imagine Burnley or Sunderland signing Pirro? Like, I like Pido, and I think Pido's better than Sargent, don't get me wrong. But I just find it odd that when you're wanting to stay in the Premier League, you'll be looking at signing a decent Championship striker. Do you get what I mean? Like, why? Nobody would have come to Leeds and gone, I'll take Pido off you. I think he'll work in Prem. Sargent's the kind of player that plays in the Prem with the side he gets promoted, just like Pido. Pido's in the Prem now because he got promoted with Leeds, and that's fair. But he's not a player a Premier League side would sign from the Championship, I don't think, to lead the line to keep him up. He's there because he's with you. He's got you there. Sargent, if he goes up with Norwich, that's, they brought him in, yeah, before he were known over here. Did all right at Norwich in the Championship as a Premier League striker. Not very good at all. And I just sort of feel he's only a Premier League striker if he goes up with you. I don't know why anybody in Prem would sign him as an actual, starting 9. Or not even if he's a starting 9, but Leeds are looking at a starting 9 for me. Leeds aren't looking at someone to ride bench. Well, we need to be signing someone better than Pirro. And then him and Pirro can fight it out. You're signing Sargent. I'd pick Bamford over Sargent. That might sound wild because I'm really a Bamford fan. I don't want Josh Sargent. I don't want him. It's a lot of money, that. It's a lot of money. 17 million quid's a lot of money to be forking out on someone. Honestly, I don't think he'll cut it. We all crack up. Cause red on it. Yeah, the red, yeah. Probably the only one here saying it, but I wouldn't mind Sargent. Now, there you go, Aisha. I found one. Undecided with Sargent. I liked it when they had the full sleeve. Yeah, me too. Angela, hey up, Angela. Hey everyone, I watched Willie's goals and highlights earlier, got the buzz back again. It feels ages since the last home game. I'd love a black third kid too. No Josh Sargent for me, yeah. Nice ending there. We're going to keep Bamford, so don't need Sargent. I think Bamford stays. I do. And if Bamford stays and you've got Pirro, you go out there and you sign a really good, really good striker. Not someone who's 16, 17 million who might do it in Prem, probably won't do it in Prem. Josh Links, someone needs their marching orders. Yeah, the fact that we've made contact, for me, that's probably just a straight up Farker decision for me. That 16.9 more than he's worth. Yeah, I agree, Danny. As long as Farker's a manager, we'll always be linked with. Yeah, just like Buendia and that in it, mate. It's the lazy links, but this has some credibility because it appears we've actually made contact, which for me is that's got to be a Farker decision. That I don't see how anyone would push for that unless you're Daniel Farker. I don't mind Sargent, but I don't mind him, but not in Premier League for Leeds United. He's a handful. At Championship level, he's one of the best. 20 G&A in 34 games last season. He had a fair few injuries as well. He is a Championship signing. If we want to go up, Jamie, and Pirro would have moved on or whatever, or Joseph wasn't cutting it, and we'd have signed Sargent for another year in Champ, I'd have been fine with that. Totally fine with that. But as a Prem signing, it's already going to be tough. It's already going to be tough, no matter who we sign. And we've been linked with some absolute ballers, Paxau, and been linked with some great players. We're currently linked, Bijol, Diarra, Moreno. We'll get into soon. Sargent. It's one that it really doesn't sit well with me. That. Yeah, you do feel the same about Longstaff, don't you? Thing is, though, for me, Longstaff will be coming in as sort of competition in there. There's no guarantee that whoever comes in midfield will start over Tanaka and Ampadu, although a lot of people tell me Ampadu's not good enough. I struggle to see a partnership there other than them two. I hope we bring someone in who's a baller who can fight for that position, maybe make it his own, Robbo. But I think as a striker, I think it's vital we bring in the right person, like decent level strikers. I think positionally, it's probably more important me than centre mid. We've got 3 really good centre mid players in there. We need to bring in someone else. Longstaff would be decent. That'd be a decent 4. But as strikers, currently, you've got Joseph, who isn't going to cut it. May go out on loan, we may sell, who knows. You've got Bamford, who injury-wise, it's just always then. You've got Pirro, who people are like that on Pirro anyway, let alone in Prem. So I think the striker, it's not like in the midfield positions where you've got 3 or 4 decent options and you're adding to that. The striker option, we haven't got much. Cage is right. Yeah, he is, mate. It's not a step forward. 100% it's not. Yeah, that's right, Brookie. We can do better. So I don't want to be aiming too low with that one. I like the profile of Sargent, I do, but I think we can get a better caliber of player who plays similar. You can see we're wanting that physical presence, someone who can run in behind, someone who's good in air, someone who can out ball up. I get all that. Sargent has a lot of similarities to what Bamford has. You may even say he's a better finisher than Bamford, but he ain't a Premier League player. Not for me, and not for most of you. Sargent relegation coming if that's the sort of players we are. Exactly, Paul. Exactly. Only it looks like we've made contact. It doesn't mean it's a goer, but it looks like Leeds are definitely interested. What's the story tonight? Hey, Richard, how you doing, mate? Hope you're well. Yeah, it's not, Johnny. It's not. Don't get me wrong. Some of the players we are really inspiring. We may sign a few we're really happy with. We might have to settle on a few that we ain't too keen on, but it is a massive amount of money, 16, 70 million for us. But it is a chunk if we don't fancy him to start with. The Longstaff rumour has now looked more reliable. Yeah, it has now. It's been mentioned by Beren, mate. It really has, and I think it's a bit of an obvious one when you look at it because he's surplus to requirements in Newcastle now, and we need a player in there. And we always talk about experience, people who's been there and done it, and he's been there at a high pressure club, great fan base, big stadium, expectant fans, and he's played well over 100 games for Newcastle for his own town club. So it'd be a great option for me. Martin Wilson, out Martin. If he was always available, I could see Sargent as a depth option, but he's in. Yeah, that's it. Injuries recently played a part. The fact that he probably is just a depth option in the Championship, he's a starter 100%. In the Premier League, he's way down pecking order. I think it's just such a crucial position for Leeds to get right. And when we ain't 100% certain that Pirro's going to be able to get the goals to keep us up, I think he'll have a good season. Pirro, I really do. I don't think Sargent's the one I want him to be challenging for that number 9 shirt with. Hell no, says I. Hey up, buddy. Hope you're well, mate. Yeah, it's a resounding knowing it from everyone. Only thing Sargent has over Pirro is he's quicker. Yeah. Matty, I was shocked you picked Bamford in your last video. I was gonna phone doctors for you. Yeah, if anyone hasn't seen it, I haven't done right well on views, to be fair. A lot of people moan about the whole transfer speculation and stuff, and I sort of get it. I haven't really watched much of it, to be fair, and I haven't done many of them. These are a bit more credible. It's starting to get a bit more credible now, which is easy to talk about. But I thought I'd do something different the other day, and I did compared 2019 Bielsa's side against Farke's 24-25 championship winning side. So the 2 championship winning sides, and picked my best 11 out of them. But go check it out if you haven't watched it. It's only done a couple of 100 views. But yeah, I picked Bamford over Pirro in that based on in 19-20, Danny. I thought Bamford had a better season in 19-20 than Pirro did in 24-25. Only just, but you know me, I'm not a massive Bamford fan, but I thought 19-20, 2021, best 2 years of his career, so I did pip him over Pirro. I just see Sargent being someone Farke thinks he can improve. Not sure we need, but I wouldn't mind him as an option. Oh, really, Aisha? Well, that's the main thing, innit? Farke knows him and he knows Farke, so he's somebody who would fit the system. He definitely would fit the system more than what Pirro did when we signed him. But it's the quality that I think he lacks. The lack of quality. I think profile-wise, yeah, he that's the sort of profile of striker I think it'd fit in at Leeds. I just don't think he's at that level for me. That maybe I'm being daft, maybe we're being greedy, but now we're in Premier League, we're looking a bit higher, aren't we? I think if we wouldn't have gone up, he'd have come to Leeds because I don't think many sides would give him a Premier. If Leeds don't sign him, who else is going to sign him? I don't see him as a Premier League player, and I don't think many other clubs would. And like I say, if we wouldn't have gone up this season, I think he'd have come to Leeds, because it's obviously a better option than Norwich, but I think he'd have come to Leeds in Championship. I don't think he'll have many suitors in Prem. Yeah, I'd keep Bamford over him, and that's saying something for me to say that. That is saying something for me to say that, honestly. What's the rumour mill today? See links from, Moreno at left back, Josh Sargent, and Mario Stroikens, which I've probably just ruined. Just Joe reckons Sargent is better than Pirro. Well, that's just daft, Robbo. That's just daft. Yeah, not for me. Not for me. No way is Sargent better than Pirro. Different profiles, works in a different system. But yeah, I don't think he's better than Pirro nowhere near. Pirro's our number 10's dream. Line them up for Pirro, and you've got guaranteed assists. Yeah. There's only one reason for Bamford staying, would be that nobody else wants him. Yeah, well, that's likely. Just hearing him talk, the way he's talking in interviews and stuff, mate, he actually thinks as Bamford he's going to have a decent year in Prem, and he's trying to get back in England contention, which sounds wild. But after that today, who knows, eh? I'd like a home kit like Real Madrid 2015 shirt, all white, even white, Adidas stripes. That'd be nice. That'd be nice, that, mate. Is Kiefer Moore better than Sargent? No, I wouldn't say so. Sargent's better than Kiefer Moore. I meant Sargent as a sub with Bamford being sold. Yeah, I mean, for me, if he came in, it'd be a sub option, but I think 17 million quid. If we sign him as a sub option, are we going to sign two strikers? Are we going to sign? I think we probably need two strikers, but I don't think we will, because I think Bamford stays. I think Joseph goes. I think we buy one striker. If we only buy one striker and it's Sargent, we're in bother. We're in bother, Brookie. Yeah, Sean, that would be absolute mustard, mate. I know you're not a fan of Ampadu, so you'd sign off on the Diarra deal right now, wouldn't you, for him to partner Tanaka? But yeah, 100%. They complement each other really, really well. Really, really well. That'd be great, mate. Beto, better than Sargent. I agree. I think Beto's better than Sargent. 100% Dirty Leeds. Beto's better than Sargent. I wouldn't even be against the signing Beto. I won't be against the signing Beto. I want better than him again. I want Beto than Beto again. But nah. But I wouldn't be against it. Sargent was bought when Norwich were in the Prem. Yeah, no, he was. He brought him over. But like I said, it didn't really work in Prem, did it? It would not get signed now, I don't think, for the Prem side. My mind's been changed on Sargent. It's a no from me. Thanks all. Michael got listening to TalkSport this afternoon. Not only is every team in Europe after a quality 9, apparently there's a mass shortage of that type of player. So when there's a mass shortage of that kind of player, you go out and buy Josh Sargent from Championship. When will Thomas Frank be announced as a Spurs man? I don't know, but it's getting boring now, isn't it? It's going to happen, so just get it done. Is Bamford had have been for season had gone, he'd have started most of the games. Maybe comparing those two seasons isn't fair. Well, no, it's not, but it was a fun video to do. I thought I'd do something different, and it's hard to compare. Well, hard to compare. But if you watch the video, you compare the keepers, you compare the right backs, each position. It was quite a fun video, but they're incomparable, the seasons. But who had the better season? Who had the better season? Ayling or Bogle? Who had the better season, Calvin or Ampadu? It's quite an interesting video, so you go watch it if you haven't watched it. Michael got a comment, Ben Bloom, which the Thomas Frank done is already done, potentially. So we've got 150 million to spend. Should that be enough? Yeah, if you get it right, Jamie. If you don't go spunk 17 million quid on Sargent to start it off, yeah, I think it can be. I think it can be some really good deals to be done. So we'll move on. So in the stop screen. Present. When you're talking about 150 million, you've got to get it right. There's some players that it looks like we're in for who would be great value. So one here again. But a lot of people mentioned today. Leeds Live, a lot of people have mentioned this as a credible story today. Leeds United inquired over £5 million Aston Villa transfer, but face Premier League competition. Of course, we do. Every player we go in for, we should be facing competition from Premier League sides and sides in other top 4, top 5 divisions around the world. We should be. Otherwise, we're looking at the wrong players, aren't we? Every single player we're getting should be wanted by multiple clubs. But Leeds United have expressed an interest in signing Aston Villa defender Alex Moreno. The left back has caught the attention of all three newly promoted Premier League clubs this summer. Moreno is expected to leave Villa Park on a permanent basis in the coming weeks. He only has 1 year remaining on his current contract. Moreno spent the entirety of last season on loan at Nottingham Forest, but has found it difficult to secure regular playing time under Nuno. Moreno was signed by Villa from Real Betis for £12 million in January 2023 and played a crucial role in helping them return to European football in Unai Emery's debut season. Yeah, it was fantastic when he came in. However, a hamstring injury sidelined him for pre-season and the initial weeks of the 23-24 campaign. Moreno lost his spot to Lucas Dean. Now he's 32. Moreno is available for a permanent move this summer. Championship winners Leeds United have recently expressed interest in Moreno, with Burnley and Sunderland also keen on the Spanish player. National broadcaster TalkSport reports that Villa are asking for £5 million for Moreno this summer, while clubs in the league have also shown interest. I'd seen Real Betis are in for him, which is quite a funny one, considering they're in for Firpo, which is quite funny. So is he a thing with this where they sign Firpo, they don't win for Moreno, and we get Moreno? Is he a part of this where we end up re-signing Firpo and they sign Moreno? I aren't surprised to see Sunderland and Burnley in for him either. I think that's obvious, really. £5 million. He's 32, so you don't want to be giving him a 4-year deal, no, 4 or 5 year deal. Obviously, can you get him on you're probably gonna have to do a 3-year deal, aren't you? Don't think you're going to get away with signing him for 2 years, which is 3 years too much, pushing him at 35 potentially. But you need the experience in there. He's fit. He's a great player. In the odd game I seen him for Forest last season, he was sound. The season he came in at Villa, absolutely fantastic. He was unreal for Villa when he came in. I think they had Matt Target at the time as well, didn't they? And obviously had Luca Dean as well at some point, same side. So he lost his place eventually. But same again as what we've seen with other players like Longstaff at Newcastle and obviously Moreno at Villa. They're playing for a side when they first come to that side who are sort of like mid-table, wanting to look higher. And they're part of that progression of that side. But eventually they get to a point where they're no longer needed for that side. And the squad now is full with European talent. And, you look at Villa's bench, Newcastle's bench, they've got players on there who 25, 30, 40 million pound players on the bench. A player like Moreno, a player like Longstaff, they have a shelf life at a club like that. And when they eventually hit those European spots on a regular basis, players like that, they fall away. But if you think these are players that are like third choice in the position, fourth choice, Longstaff, fourth choice, I think, Moreno, third, fourth choice at Villa, that goes to show you the levels, what these sides are now at. Who's our third choice left back? Byram, but our third choice, I guess, or Schmidt. It's incomparable to some of these sides in the league, and this is where we want to be in 3 or 4 years' time. We've seen Forest, we've seen Villa, we've seen Newcastle over, different money, different situations, different circumstances. But we want to be that side, don't we? In 3, 4, 5 years, where we can be looking in and around those positions, in and around those sides with that caliber of player. Imagine in 3 or 4 years' time, we've got players like that who were a starter for us and came over and did brilliant. Now all of a sudden the surplus to requirements and you can just offload them for 5 million like that. It'd be a great addition for me. A better option than potentially Simicast just for the value. Although Simicast will have more longevity because of his age. But I think £5 million for Alex Moreno, unbelievable business if we get that done. And that's where you allow more money to be spent on players better than Sargent. So that's a really exciting one for me. You tick so many boxes with that. You get a player in who's got Premier League experience. He's got experience at top level, and he's 32. He's played a lot of football, and we know he's done it in Prem. And the value is just so good. If you talk to Sargent, you might as well keep. Yeah, you might as well, mate. I think so. At least Kiefer Moore is proven in the Premier League. Yeah, to a degree, mate. To a degree. Is there any other big names on Joe Blackburn's big walk from Newcastle to Ellen Road? It's a pity nobody could walk a couple of miles of him to spot. I'm not too sure, mate. Just square ball lot in it. PSR is bound to affect Leeds' decisions on buying players early. Yeah, 100%. Would even need gravy with Diarra and Tanaka European week come, yeah. Casilla in goal, Matty, that was shocking. What? So you think right? And I know they're all that shit with Casilla. You think Melier in 24-25 had a better season than Casilla in 1920? Come on, Danny, let's not even go there, mate. Melier had the worst season I've ever seen any goalkeeper have in the history of football, mate. Bogle for England with the way they're playing. Maybe is Joe Wilkinson a Leeds fan with his buddy Richardson? Not too sure. Yeah, I want to buy Bettis as well. Liam Raymond. Hello, Matty. You brought the charts yet? Not quite, mate. Not quite. Still trying, buddy. Still trying. Still trying. Top banana. Come on, chat. Hit the like for my own twin. Yeah, please stick a like on and please subscribe if you're new here. Much appreciated. Nearly 11 o'clock at night. I'm still going strong. I've been poorly for the last 2 days. Barely slept. I haven't even eaten. That's when you know I'm poorly, when I've not eaten. I had tomato soup and some bread for tea. I had note yesterday. 49ers willing to lose 5 million. Woba. I thought they were shrewd businessmen. Sometimes you just got to show them door, buddy. I asked of him at all. But yeah, they're not going to get everything right. We may have to adopt the money ball technique. Instead of a good 9, go with what we've got at 9 and surround those with a quality incoming midfield strength from there. Maybe, mate. I think those 3 though. If we don't move on Joseph and we keep the 3 we had last season, it's going to be a worry. But yeah, you know, if you can back up with some quality behind, in and around them, maybe that'll help. But yeah, we need a killer in there, don't we? But everyone's going for the same sort of player, and it's not going to be cheap to get the right one. Wonder if Club World Cup highlights many decent players. Yeah, potentially, mate. According to Joe, we don't lose on Woba the way the deal was originally constructed. It's good to know. Yeah, hit the likes, hit the links, please. Let's get Danny to 200 subscribers as well, yeah. No, I didn't, mate. I haven't watched it today, no. Scott Berron Cross mentioned in The Athletic tonight that Leeds are optimistic about completing the visual deal, but the Diarra one. Yeah, I've just seen, mate. I've had it up earlier, Scott. Yeah, I've seen it, buddy. It's a shame with Diarra if we can't get that one done, because a lot of Leeds fans have tuned in tonight to watch him play. But the visual one looks more likely, and I would love that. The Diarra one, if it don't get done, mate, don't get done. We'll have to look elsewhere. I remember a few years ago we were looking at a lad in midfield called Kamara. And I think we went for Tyler Adams instead. I think it was the same season. I might be wrong with that. A few years ago, looking at Kamara, and he looked class. I don't know what he's doing now. I don't know if we swerved him and didn't get him for a reason. I don't know if he's gone on to really good things, but I remember, you know, really setting his heart on that. I used to watch Joe all the time talk about his Kamara, and we didn't get him. And we got, I'm sure it was Tyler Adams, I think it was. And at the time, we were happy with him, but I don't know if Kamara would have been a great side. I'm not too sure what he's done since then, but there's always other options out there. But I would be gutted seeing you know, the fact that we've actually lodged a bid in for us tells you he's probably our first choice in that midfield role. Longstaff's there in background. Do we get them both? Are we looking at Diarra instead of Longstaff? And Longstaff's sort of that back, that fallback guy is there waiting, cheaper fee. But I do think, you know, it'd be a great addition if we can get Diarra, Paul. After what I've seen today, scoring against England's no easy thing to do as well. So, yeah, he does like doing stuff late in window, Paul. I told you COVID was about my eye jinx. Yeah, mate, I've been well poorly. It's a bug I've had from kids have given me a bug. It's been well bad. Not eating, lose weight for the Creators Cup. Must be serious. Yeah, top banana. Honestly, it's a good excuse. So it's given me a nice little chance to lose a bit before I actually start my diet. But yeah, it's been a rough few days. Honestly, I've been well bad. Kamara went to Villa. I don't mean that Kamara. I mean another Kamara. I can't remember his name now. It was a Kamara with a C, Danny. Kamara with a C about 4 years ago. 3 years ago. Top B, Matty's seafood diet is working. His missus has all the food in the house for him. Yeah, honestly, it's been a mad couple of days. It's been awful, but we've both been poorly. But then there's been one more to sort of talk about. Don't know if you guys have seen much about this guy either. But where is it? Mario Stroikens. So this guy, it's come out today that we've sort of looked at potentially. I had a chat with Anderlecht about bringing this guy in, attacking midfielder, right-footed, decent market value. I'm not too sure what what's been rumoured, what we'll be paying for him. But 4 goals, 5 assists, not brilliant, but not bad either. Only plays 188 minutes, average rating of 7. Looks a decent talent. Looks a talent at 20 years of age. Can play centre mid and attacking mid. Looks. I did a bit of a YouTube search in him earlier as well. Just have a look at him. He does look a technically good player. I'd be gutted if we signed someone like this for that 10, though. Don't get me wrong. I'd be gutted if we signed a prospect. Don't get me wrong. Belgium League, they've had some talented players out there, haven't they? But I don't know if you guys have seen much credible about this. I've seen it today, and it looks all right. But I'll be gutted if we are going to be looking at that sort of role when we started off, dreaming of James McAtee's. And if I'm honest, I'd rather gamble on a Buendia or a Hamer than this guy. But yeah, it sounds like we are interested in this kid as well. So, might what be your symptoms? I've been full of cold, stomach bug. I won't say no more than that. Stomach bug. No, she were all right. How are your 2 boys? Yeah, they're all right, mate. They're all right. Thank you. Our Theo won his first football match at weekend, so we're buzzing with that. But yeah, they're all right, mate. Thank you. They both had a bit of an upset tummy, but they passed on to me now, so they're all good. Yeah, he's at Anderlecht. Yeah. Sure, Anderlecht don't have crap players. No, Anderlecht, mate. I mean, they were poor. Want me under company? Or before company came, went over there. But yes, that's it, Rob. That's it. But no, I mean, I've looked at that lad on YouTube. I can't even pronounce his name, but it does look like we are interested in him. But he's just another one to add to the list, isn't he? But I'm hoping when it comes to that number 10 role, we ain't gambling on some young 20-year-old from Belgian League. To be fair, I'm hoping that's some talent that we've already seen, and I would rather a Buendia than take a gamble on Mario Strikens, if I'm honest. Yeah, I've gone through my fair share, buddy. I can't lie. Don't want to lower tone, but yeah, I've been pretty poorly. I've 2 days off work. I'm back to work tomorrow, though, which I'm not looking forward to be honest, because I could do with another one because I'm still not right. Still not right at all. Cancel that off now. But yeah, we're only going to be a bit of a quick one tonight. I ain't going to go on for an hour and a half like I normally do. Was a Kamara link really 4 years ago? I thought he went to Liverpool. We got second best Kamara for one season. We're still no, I can't remember who we won. It's going to blag my head. It's going to blag my head. Really is going to blag my head. See if I can find out who it was. Different Kamara. It's not the Glenn Kamara. Can't remember who it was. What year was this? Play for Lens? No, that's not him either. Yeah, it's gonna well blag me at this. It won't Glenn Kamara. Zumana Kamara. I don't think that was him. Yeah, I don't know. There were definitely another one anyway. My hope it's it wasn't, mate. It was the good stuff, which has made our last even more annoyed. I'd take another tackle for sure, but I think he was pure luck. Yeah, let's be fair, mate. How many £3 million players are you going to pick up who ends up being as good as that? You're not going to find many, are you? You ain't going to find many. According to rumours, we're buying 10 goalkeepers, 6 midfielders, 2 fullbacks. Yeah, 100%, mate. We're buying loads, aren't we? It's a madness. The rumours are getting a little bit more credible now because people are getting told a bit more and releasing it and speaking to us about it, who we sort of trust, but it's still not saying it's concrete, is it? It's nice to hear we're putting bids in for players, which I'm surprised we've heard of, to be fair. I am surprised we've heard about it. Yeah, it's a different one. I cannot remember it for love and money. But I remember Joe talking about it loads, mate. Loads. But we went for Tyler Adams instead. I wish I knew what they were called. I really do. Even though it doesn't even matter. It's just really annoying me now. Really, really irritating me. I just cannot find it anywhere. But never mind. It was Lord. It was spelled, yeah. Yeah. We were linked to someone called Kamara overseas. I don't know where. I'm sure I don't know where he was from. He played for one of African sides and all that much. Chris Kamara. It's got lots of names being mentioned, and it will be interesting to see how many of the rumours were right and how many were wide of them out. Yeah, and there'll be a mixture of two, Scott. I'm sure there'll be some of them that have legs. I say, I honestly, I'd be shocked if we don't sign Longstaff. I would be shocked with that one. I feel like that's been around a bit long now, and the links are starting to come in what are a bit more credible. The Simicast one that a lot of people reported were happening. I never believed that one, so I don't think the Simicast one happens. But there's been a few transfers out there that a lot of people have sort of believed were going to happen, and they may happen, they may not. But there will definitely be some in there that we didn't see coming. City wanted to get rid of Kyle Walker. Would be a great. Oh, mate, Kyle Walker. I love Kyle Walker. He would have fought for their second goal tonight, though. Getting on a bit. But yeah, I'd love Kyle Walker, but I just don't see it. Maybe he'd have gone back to Sheffield United if they'd have got promoted. Maybe. That's the one. I think that's the guy, Brookie. We got there and I'm sure that's the guy. I'm going to have a look at that now. I'm sure that's the guy. We were linked to him loads, if it's the right guy. That's the one. I'll look at the players now. Al Sad. Has he gone to Saudi? Yeah, it were him, mate. We're linked to him loads. I remember just Joe saying loads. He wanted him loads. Yeah. Mohamed Kamara, a defensive midfielder from Mali. That was a transfer target for Leeds United, particularly in the summer of 2022. Leeds were looking to replace Calvin Phillips, and Kamara was considered a potential option alongside Tyler Adams. Kamara currently plays for Al Sadd. So, yeah, he took the money in the end. He took the money. Boo. Boo on you, lad. But, yeah, that's the one. Get in there, Brookie, lad. Thanks for that, mate. We're doing my head in. That's the one. 99% of the rumour mill stuff is wrong. Yeah, it is, mate. Kyle Walker more likely. Yeah, that's what I mean, mate, 100%. Thanks for the stream, Matty. Off to make my tea. Chicken and mushroom, relaxing on a bed of rice. Take care, everyone. Nice one, Johnny. Thank you, buddy. Thanks for watching, mate. Take care, mate. Remember last time someone said they were going to make the tea in a stream not so long ago? Remember him? Mackham Cabby. Or not Mackies to eat his tea. And he was telling me he just had a pizza delivered. Liver and onion pizza. My God. I'm glad you're having chicken and mushroom on a bed of rice, mate. I can cope with that. As somebody got sent off, Jeff. I didn't see that. I was so sure. Funny you should mention the Simicast rumour. Joe Blackburn is convinced he's coming to Leeds. Yeah, it's hard, because if you stick your neck on line, you know, you haven't got no answer to. So I could stick my neck on line now and say he's wrong, it ain't happening. But maybe it does. But I don't think it's happening. I've never thought it would happening. I got told at the same time that it wasn't happening by somebody I believe as well. And it's all just here saying it. But I've never believed Simicast will come in. I like Simicast. I'd have loved him. But I think it goes to show you. I know he's younger. He's got more years in him than Moreno. Not many, I don't think. He's late 20s, isn't he? But he's definitely got a few more years under his belt than what Moreno was. But I think if you're talking 5 million or 15, 20 million for Simicast, I think Moreno's a better deal for Leeds right now. Who was the one who turned Leeds down at the airport? That one Gakpo, was it? No, that one Gakpo, was it? I can't remember it. What, Andy? Can't remember it was. But yeah, someone turned down at the airport, didn't they? When Radrazani said he were coming or something. No, it wasn't Callum Wendo either, mate. It wasn't Callum Wendo, it was somebody else. Joe mentioned something to do with Simicast isn't happening. Yeah, let's have a look at that video then. I've never thought it would happening. Yeah, it wasn't Callum Wendo. I can't remember that one now. But it was out the same time we were linked with Callum Wendo, but it wasn't him. We never got to that point with him. It was somebody else. But yeah, it was mad time, wasn't it? Absolute mad time. We know one thing, Andy, we won't get that from his owners now. We won't get none of that from our owners. Be no business like that in airports messing around and tweeting out, and we like that. Don't get me wrong; it gives us more things to come on here and talk about, doesn't it? I mean, if we were having owners tweet stuff out, I'd never be off a laptop, to be fair. But it's all done in silence to a degree. There's a lot more bits getting leaked now that is a bit more credible. That's the one, mate. That's the one, Bamba Dieng. Who was the player giving a call? That German lad, wasn't it? German lad last year. A lad from a German side, I think it was. But yeah, when he walked around Leeds, I'm like, nah, not for me, this. Dion went to another French club and failed the medical. Yeah, he did, mate. He did. Amiri, that's the one. Hey, up, yeah. Mad. Anyways, I'm going to call it at that. I just wanted to come on and do a quick live. I wanted to play me intro, really, just to show me intro. Because I obviously put it on my last video, but it didn't do many views, so not everyone might have seen it. So I was happy to just show me intro. Wanted to see people's opinions, if you liked it or not. But yeah, getting excited now. Getting excited. Got offered a ticket today for Hartlepool away. So it's getting around to that point now where still a while off, don't get me wrong, but just talking about pre-season games that are coming up and possibility of going to some. It's getting exciting with a player sort of ramping up now with some of the links seeming a bit more credible. Get away from all the bullshit stories, but still a few weeks to go yet, I think, until stuff starts really happening. Still a few weeks of this shite, but it is what it is. Hope you get better, top lad. Thanks for this. Cheers, Brookie. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm better now than I was, mate. Should have seen me last night. Brutal. He got sent off no playing right. Yeah, he did, didn't he? He had to make his own flight home. Going monkey hanging town. Yeah. Cheers, Matty. Cheers, Bash Bates. All the best, mate. Thanks for that, chat, Matty. Tickle those likes anyway. Yeah, please stick a like on your way out. Who said don't go to bed just now? Fixtures released next week. Lots to talk about. Yeah, I can't wait for that. Can't not wait. Liverpool at home coming up, I think. Bye all. See you later, Lord. Yeah, please take care, everyone. And I'll be back at some point this week. I don't know when. We'll see what happens, see what pops up. I don't have to, but I want to come on here quite a lot. So if I come on for a general chat, I know you'll be here with me. So much appreciated. Cheers, Matthew. Cheers, Danny. I'll give you a bell, mate, for a week. I haven't spoken in a while. Great stream as well. Thanks, Heiner. Feel better, Matty. Night all. Cheers, Richard. I am, mate. I'm coming over, mate. Me and the wife are coming over. Can't wait. 2 nights, Friday to Sunday, we're staying. So, yeah, cannot wait for it, Martin. I'll be there. It's going to be in. The amount of tickets we're selling just goes to show how big Leeds are. Probably going to be a sellout. 45,000 tickets sold so far. Maybe more now. Massive, aren't we? Massive. But yeah, take care, everyone. Thanks for watching. Love yous.